I'm Pietro. I'm Creative Director from Secret Location. And any nerds in the house tonight? Okay, perfect. Let's go. We'll try to get the nerdy factor up a little bit higher. Like I said, I'm from Secret Location. In our daily business, we focus on 3 verticals. And how those 3 verticals come together to create interesting results. Those being entertainment, original technology, and advertising. Because we do a lot of entertainment, extending entertainment properties to be digital and interactive, one of the things that we always ask ourselves at Secret Location is how do we make TV better? And what innovations can we use in order to make TV better? So today I'd like to talk to you about one particular innovation that makes TV better in 3 ways by improving 3 things. Maybe there's a little lag behind this. There we go. Production efficiency, improving the product quality when you're translating it across platforms, and improving audience involvement and engagement. So what single innovation does all these 3 things, you ask? Why, it's real-time rendering, of course. So the nerdiness factor just went up like 5% after I said that. Okay, so what the hell is real-time rendering? So to explain, for those of you that don't know what it is, I'll use an analogy that we're all familiar with from, like, you know, the animation workflow. So we all know it's lights, camera, and then, oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is humiliating. Action. So anyone who's dealt in animation before knows that the rendering process can be a real hurdle for any production. It's a massive pain in the ass. But with real-time rendering, you essentially skip the rendering process altogether, so you can think of it more as action, and then lights and camera, atmosphere, lighting, camera moves, camera angles, character animations, all of that stuff can be modified and adjusted in real time after the fact. So what you're seeing here is an example from Unity, which is primarily a game authoring multi-platform software. And this is all rendered real time, which is incredible. Obviously, it's a demo, so they're showing their best stuff. But the capabilities now are incredible, where this is just, you know, one giant 3D scene, and all of the camera moves and character animations can be adjusted on the fly. So because this innovation is being spearheaded by the gaming industry primarily, a lot of advancements in realism are being made all the time. Things like, you know, the rendering of human flesh and simulations of nature. It's being used a lot in like architectural walkthroughs and that kind of thing right now. But however, for the purposes of today's discussion, I'm focusing primarily on how this innovation can make better television in the animation and kids space. So let's talk about how real-time rendering can improve production efficiency. Well, it's simple. Now an entire animation pipeline can be condensed down into a single desktop. What you're looking at here isn't just a flattened narrative scene. It's actually a 3D scene that can be manipulated on the fly. So you know, if you render out your show, it becomes this flattened thing that can't be changed. And if you want to change anything, you've got to start that whole process again. But you can see here that these, essentially, these are game developers that have created this film authoring software that they can pause the scene, change, make an adjustment, and then carry on with the scene. So it's pretty incredible that all these camera angles and moves can be adjusted. One way to think about it is if you could, like, imagine what an audience would feel like if they could fly through an episode of Family Guy, or something more Canadian like the Raccoons or something like that. The Raccoons was awesome. So this innovation will also improve product quality and consistency across platforms. And this is a big deal for us at Secret Location, particularly because how often does this happen? You've got a TV show that looks awesome, looks great, it's done, and then you need an interactive, and the interactive shitifies the whole look and feel of it because you can't share the assets that the show has. Well, with real-time rendering, that changes all of that because the assets from the show can essentially be the assets that you're doing the online interactive, the mobile, even think about it as pausing a scene and being able to export out a bus shelter ad. Print can actually be created from real-time rendering as well. So finally, let's take a look quickly at how it improves the audience engagement and their participation in your story. So different forms of storytelling, participatory storytelling have been around for a while. We've touched on a lot of these today, everything from the 1-800 number to voting online and tweeting. We made a property where kids had to play a game and contribute their points to two sides, and that dictated the end of the show that went on air. But all of these mechanisms, in my opinion, have one thing in common, and that's the, I don't want to say illusion, but it's the sense that the audience, the audience has a sense of control. They may not have full control of it, but they engage the audience with a sense of control. So moving from a linear narrative to more of like a non-linear possibility. And that's how I like to think of these things all the time is it linear or is it non-linear, and what are the possibilities? So with real-time rendering, there's actually an opportunity for both because linear narratives can now see non-linear interactivity with multiple endings, different content, additional content, that kind of thing. And then conversely, non-linear narratives, where the audience has more control, and this is where it gets really crazy, can actually output linear narratives based on the audience participation. So hope that makes sense. Kind of crazy and out there, and I'd love it if somebody could give me an example of this because we're trying to do that right now, and yeah, if somebody else has done it, that'd be great. So not only is it has the possible for multiple endings and different storylines, but this is a video of me actually customizing a character in real time. So you can imagine engaging the audience where they can create their own character, and then that gets published to them in their own version of the television narrative. And we know that things like addressable TV are on the horizon, and this is just one way to sort of future-proof yourself for that day. Yeah, I mean, like, a kid would love to just, like, you know, customize his own character and probably make their mommy and daddy pay for it, too. So there's a good monetization model in there as well. So before we open it up into discussion, and I hope I can answer questions on this new innovation, I wanted to quickly show you what we're doing at Secret Location right now. Started as a bit of an experiment, but we're working on a project called Starflyers, which is the code name. And it's essentially an interactive narrative game and a digital toy that it's about 4 kids who are in a spaceship and they're trying to find a new planet, yada, yada, yada. But in essence, we're excited about it because it's the first time we'll be able to create a television narrative at the same time as an interactive property using the same assets. And we anticipate that the audience building and participation will lead to quite a healthy monetization model as well. So I'd love to share more about that with you guys afterwards, but for now, that's my time. Oh, this is Starflyers early. I love this laser. This is early concept work for Starflyers. And yeah, that's my time, so thank you.